Today we are going to talk a little about something that I get asked a lot about, and that is raw feeding. In my cattery, all my cats are raw fed. My breeders are all raw fed. They're raw fed when they're pregnant, and all of the kittens are also raised raw fed while with me. I do not expect my new families to continue that when they take their kittens home, but if they do, that's wonderful. We're going to talk about some of the benefits of raw feeding. So there's 5 benefits of raw feeding cats. The first one is going to be improved digestive health. Cats are obligate carnivores, so that means they get all of their nutrients from animal-based proteins. So why is feeding a raw diet important for a cat? Compared to kibble, dry food, they add fillers. They add corn and just all kinds of carbohydrates that your cat is not going to eat in the real world. That's just not how they were created. Your diet needs to closely mimic natural food sources. It makes it easier for them to digest compared to processed food and canned food. A lot of people will say, oh, well, I feed wet food. Okay, great, but that's still processed food. A raw-fed diet, natural diet, is going to be closest as possible to what they would naturally eat in the wild. And that's what we want to accomplish. We want to give them everything that they need in order for them to have good digestive health. Second is healthier coat and skin. Many raw-fed cats show improvements in coat quality and skin conditions due to the natural unprocessed nutrients in raw foods, including fatty acids. We have a guest. This is Alice. Alice the Adventurers. She's 4 months old. She's gonna be one of our queens here at the cattery. She's hanging out with me while I video. Thirdly, increased energy and lean muscle. As you can see, she's 4 months old, but she's super long, okay? This is to my body, okay? This is not held out to make her give the illusion of size. Am I bothering you? I'm so sorry. So she is 4 months and I think a week. So she is still a baby. A balanced raw diet supports natural energy levels. She has very high levels of energy at 4 months old. I also have older cats. I've got my male breeders who are about 3 years old and they have lots of energy. We have chickens, and so they're constantly chasing the chickens and running around chasing each other. It helps build and maintain lean muscle, promoting overall physical health. You'll see a lot of catteries. Sorry, I kissed her and I got like hair in my mouth. Who will feed kibble and they'll say, oh, our Mane Coons are so big. Well, they're overweight. Mane Coons are known for their size, but when we say that, that doesn't mean that they're known for their weight. A lot of people call and say, hey, how big do your Mane Coons get? Or how big are your Mane Coons? And this is a whole nother video. I'm gonna make a video about this, so in the future you can look out for that. But Mane Coons are known for their size. They're known from their shoulder to paw height and their length. Mane Coons can get very, very long and lean. But when they're not fed a proper diet, they get wide and they get heavier than they normally should be. And that's gonna be something that I'll discuss in another video. Fourth is gonna be better dental health. Chewing raw bones helps clean teeth naturally. It reduces tartar buildup and it improves our overall oral health. When we talk about bones, we want to avoid fish bones and we want to avoid cooked bones. That's really important. But raw bones like chicken wings, drumsticks, that kind of thing, are really good at helping their jaw strength as well as keeping their teeth clean because it's gonna scratch off any of that tartar as they are eating. Number 5, reduction in allergies and sensitivities. Raw feeding can help alleviate common food sensitivities and allergies often caused by grains and fillers in processed food. A lot of people will say, oh, my cat has allergies and this and that. Well, cats can have allergies, right? When they're not fed a raw diet. It is very uncommon for cats to have allergies when they're raw fed. Some cats have sensitivities to certain proteins. So when you're raw feeding your cat, you will be able to see how they're digesting certain proteins and what works best for them. My cats are fed chicken, beef, turkey, and pork, and they all do really well on all of them. There's some common concerns that I also hear from people that I wanted to address. And the first one is bacterial contamination, which is possible, but it's possible with our food too. You want to buy human grade meat. You want to make sure that you're storing properly and that you are cleaning properly. So those are really important, and those will reduce that risk. Another thing to think about when we talk about bacterial contamination is cats do not have the same digestive system as we do. They have a much shorter digestive tract, and because of that, the risk of contamination it is greatly reduced. So another concern is nutritional balance. That's something that I hear all the time. Oh, are they gonna get everything that they need? So you wanna focus on variety. So I feed 4 different types of proteins and I pair them up. So I'll do chicken and pork, or I'll do beef and chicken, or whatever. So you wanna mix that up, and you wanna make sure that you have the right proportions. So that's when your research comes into play. You wanna make sure that you educate yourself on what those ratios are. You've got your 80-10-10, you've got your 75-15-10, and those are talking about the meat, bone, organ ratio. Something else is you can always add supplements, such as taurine. Some breeders like to add calcium or vitamin C. Vitamin C is great if you have a male that is spraying. It helps with the smell. So that's just to debunk some of the common misconceptions when it comes to reasons why not to raw feed. So another important thing to think about when considering feeding a raw diet is transitioning. Was your cat or kitten already fed a raw diet, or do they need to be transitioned? If they need to be transitioned, that's something that you're going to want to do very slowly, especially with Maine Coons who have very sensitive stomachs. You're going to want to start out small portions, and you're going to put it beside whatever they're normally used to eating. So if you feed them kibble, so you're going to put the kibble, and then you'll put the raw food beside it, and then gradually increase that. And then just pay close attention to any sensitivities, or if you're transitioning too fast, paying attention to your cat's behavior as well as how they are processing the food. When it comes to sourcing your raw food, you're going to want to look for trusted suppliers. You're going to want to look at their ingredients. What are they putting in it? Because even raw suppliers will sometimes put in fillers. So you need to be, keeping an eye out for that. We have a local supplier here in Atlanta called Rawr that we absolutely love. We've been with them and used them for a really long time. And they ship nationwide. I actually have a code that if you enter in the code, you get 20% off of your first order. I'm gonna leave some information in the description below so that you can take advantage of that. So in closing, raw feeding can have a lot of benefits for your cat, from shinier coats to easier digestion to less stinky poops, and who doesn't want that? And not only that, they don't poop as often because they use they use more of the nutrients in the food when you raw feed than when you feed kibble. So I have cats who will poop maybe once every 3 days, some once a week. Lots of benefits. If you have questions, concerns, you want additional resources, links to additional resources, I can provide those. You can email me. My email will be in the description below, and you can also leave comments with questions as well. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great day.